Welcome, everyone. Sounds like we've got a fairly short agenda today. Get a couple of things approved and let our team get on with building our building. Are there any with minutes today, or is that going to get pushed?
No, we're in, Steve, so they're on there.
The minutes were attached to the calendar invitation that I sent out, not the webinar invitation that you received. So you probably got two invitations. One that allowed you to come in as a panelist and one that had the minutes and the agenda attached.
Okay. Is there a motion on the floor to approve the meeting minutes from, and somebody help me out with the date?
The meeting minutes were from February 27th.
The meeting minutes from February 27th. Is there a motion?
All right, Frank's motioning.
I'll second.
And we have any discussion? Seeing none.
Okay, I got to do a roll call vote. Mr.
Yes, sir.
Crusoe?
Yes.
Okay, I'm a yes. Ms. Blair?
Yes.
Okay, Mr. Page?
Yes.
Yes. Okay. Ms. Hill?
Abstain, I was absent.
Mr. Fenny?
Yes.
Okay, Ms. Labar?
Yes.
Okay. Mr. Thompson?
Yes.
Okay, and did I see Tom Christensen come on? Not yet. Okay. Ms. Collins? She
Looks
was
like she
on.
bailed on you.
Okay. Okay, then that's everybody who is in attendance. So the yeses have it.
I'm also a yes.
Oh, Ryan, I missed you. How did I miss
Real
you?
nice. Real nice.
Sorry.
Brian, we thought we had your proxy.
It just says East Long Meadow in your name tag. All right. Yeses have it. Thank you, Ryan.
Excellent. Benjamin, I don't have an agenda in front of me, so bear with me. I presume the next topic is the high school GMP vote.
You're exactly right, Steve. So I'll take the wheel. Thank you. So good afternoon, everyone. Long time no see. So as everybody knows, the main order of business today is to approve, as Steve just said, Fontaine's GMP contract amendment number 4. So we met with Gordon, Steve, and Jones Whitsitt and Fontaine on Friday to review the amendment. And once we were comfortable with it, we did send it out to the building committee for your review. And so just a little history about this, or the ins and the outs. The contract amendment establishes the full guaranteed maximum price for the contract. The contract price only increases when there are added requirements, outside of this agreement, such as change orders. So that number won't inflate unless we tell it to. It contains all of the general conditions, which I can best describe as the cost to manage the project, the management personnel, the job trailers, et cetera, as well as the general requirements, which are the non-management aspects of the project, such as like surveying or general tools for Fontaine, cleanup measures, things of that nature. It also includes an appropriate level of allowances and scope holes, allowances for undefined scope, things that we know are going to be necessary, but we can't quantify at this time. There's some examples within the document, floor patching, temp stairs, things like that. And then scope holes, again, that's for scope that is anticipated on the project, but not yet assigned to a particular bid package. So we need to be cognizant of that and put some money into Fontaine's contract for that. And the bigger picture is it includes the contract values for all the bid packages that have been awarded so far. And it includes holds for the packages that haven't yet been purchased. So once again, this GMP, we're calling it the full GMP, the full guaranteed max price. It really is our line in the sand moment. However, there are a few packages within the GMP that have yet to be bought out. Fontaine has good pricing on those, has been working with their subcontractors, working to bring on subcontractors. So we're looking forward to procurement in the near future. But for right now, those are carried as holds.
Yeah. Ben, would you agree that that's fairly typical?
Yes, absolutely. Yes. Yeah, and a lot of those things I should clarify. The packages I'm referring to are, I don't want to say they're smaller packages, but they're further in the project. So there's not as much of a need or an importance on them right now as the ones that have been bought out. That being said, Fontaine is actively working with those packages and getting feedback and pricing and stuff. So I want to say we're probably 90% bought out right now. So we're at a good place, and we're carrying good numbers to cover us from here on out. So just that's kind of the gist of the amendment itself. So just to a few more quick hitters here. The goal of this whole thing, the PFA, the project funding agreement, if you will. If everybody recalls, that was set back in 2023, fall of 23, when we finished schematic design. The project was voted through. The construction budget value at that point was set at $147,368,525. Sorry, that's the new one I just read off. GMP amendment number 4. Let me backtrack. The PFA project funding agreement budget was $147,537,913. GMP amendment number 4, as I just said, $147,368,525. So all in all, we're $169,388 lower than the PFA budget. So what we need to do, obviously, we'll need to ask you folks to approve Fontaine's amendment today. So that will be one vote. But we will need to reconcile the GMP bid budget to the existing project funding agreement. That's kind of the next step in this cycle with MSBA. And in doing so, MSBA does allow the district to keep the difference within the project if it does elect to do so. We've had conversations with Gordon and Steve so far, but we wanted to hear the feedback from the full school building committee today on whether or not that would be a good idea. I personally do recommend keeping the money within the project. There's no harm in doing so. There's no foul. Essentially, what happens is you keep the money within your contingency. And MSBA will not increase their grant participation because of that money. So, if you spend that money on something that might otherwise have been eligible on a project, they will not, it's going to be fully ineligible is the best way to describe it. However, having $170,000 around there sitting or extra in your contingency, I don't think hurts. So that would be my recommendation. But we're looking for feedback from the full committee today, and probably a vote. I know it wasn't on the agenda. However, I think that will help formalize things. So anyways, back to the first order of business. I'm kind of all over the place here, but the GMP contract amendment number 4 approval. I was just wondering if there were any questions on that.
I do have a question, Ben. So I see some of the negative figures there. Is that just because there's been a reduction from the prior amendment that went through?
Correct. Yeah. So if you recall, there were 3 prior amendments, and there were allowances. There was money put into there. And in this latest edition, Fontaine went through with the project team, and they were comfortable drawing down those previous agreed upon contingencies, allowances, things like that, Pam, and arriving at the final number. So anything you see there that gets credited back is per the previous amendments, and then the column all the way to the right is where we're at final.
Okay, great. Thank you.
Any other questions? Greg, nothing? Okay. Is there a motion on the floor to approve Fontaine's guaranteed maximum price for the new East Long Meadow High School at a value of $147,368,525?
So moved.
Second.
Any more discussion? Seeing none?
Okay, we'll do a roll call vote. Mr. Crucial?
Yes.
Okay, I'm a yes. Ms. Blair?
Yes.
Okay, Mr. Page?
Yes.
Ms. Hill?
Yes.
Mr. Fenny?
Yes.
Ms. LeBar,
Yes.
Mr. Thompson,
Yes.
and Mr. Christensen joined us. Mr. Christensen?
Yep.
Okay. Ms. Collins
Yes.
and Mr. Quimby.
Yes.
All right. The yeses have it.
Excellent. Before we move on, I would like to recognize, it's no easy thing to get through 18 months and end up about 160 grand under on $150 million. So I think our team, Skanska, design team, Fontaine, and this committee should feel really proud of that. That there were a lot of decisions we had to make, sometimes in a compressed time frame. And it certainly gives every appearance that we're getting the building that we want for a number we can afford. So kudos to all.
Steve, I will add, it is our hope that we bring the job in under the GMP and there's savings, additional savings to the community. That is, I think,
Would
a
expect nothing.
mutual goal that we all have.
Yep, agreed. All right, Ben, you want to take us to part 2? Or do we go straight to a vote?
You guys can tee it up for a vote if you'd like.
Does anyone have any questions about the money remaining in the project? Looks like none. Is there a motion on the floor to retain the difference between the PFA value and the GMP value within the project for disposition at a later time? Is there a motion? I'm sorry, I can't see it.
So moved.
Thank you. Is there a
Second.
second?
Tom and Ryan? Okay.
Okay. Any more questions?
Roll call vote.
Roll call vote.
Okay. Mr. Crucial?
Yes, sir.
I'm a yes. Ms. Blair?
Yes.
Mr. Page?
Yes.
Ms. Hill?
Yes.
Mr. Penny?
Yes.
Ms. LeBar?
Yes.
Hey, Mr. Thompson?
Yes.
Okay, Mr. Christensen?
Yes.
Ms. Collins?
Yes.
And Mr. Quimby?
Yes.
Yeses have it. All right.
Excellent. I believe that concludes our responsibilities for the day in regards to the high school.
Hey, Steve, if I could mention, we got some good press in the reminder this week, front page. Everybody got some good press there for the topping off, so check it out.
Good stuff. All right. Ben, anything further today?
No, thank you everyone for your help today. I will be following up with the signatories to get this thing fully executed and see everybody on April 17th.
Excellent. Motion to adjourn?
So moved.
Okay.
Second.
Seconded.
Ryan, read the second.
Come on now. You know that.
Okay. Mr. Crucial.
Let's count.
I'm a yes.
Yes, sir.
Ms. Blair?
Yes.
Ms. Page?
Yes.
Okay. Ms. Hill?
Yes.
Ms. Fenny?
Yes.
Okay. Ms. LeBar?
Yes.
Mr. Thompson?
Yes.
Mr. Christensen?
Yes.
Ms. Collins?
Yes.
And Mr. Quimby?
Yes.
All right. We are officially adjourned. Thank you, everybody.
Thank you.
You.